You want to win more games in Fortnite Reload, but you're struggling with all the craziness that's happening? Don't worry, I got you covered. I've got another replay analysis for you guys, where I go through a game of Fortnite Reload in detail and show you step by step how I'm winning games consistently and really take apart every single move so you can improve your skills and strategy. And trust me, you will see drastic improvements after watching this video. My name is TSK, and on this channel I analyze every single thing about Fortnite real build gameplay. My goal is to become the best together with you guys. Okay, I got an absolutely crazy game for you here. And like last time, I dropped a Dusty Docks here because most of the time you just don't get much fighting here, which is exactly what you need for your early game. You need to loot up because later this is gonna be really hard. As I'm dropping in, I see a llama on the floor. I thought about going for it, but instead I placed myself on the high ground here as I see a heavy AR here because, and I was right, I thought somebody else is gonna go for the llama. This guy does just that, and I absolutely destroy him right away. I check for a moment that nobody's around, loot the llama myself, and we're already onto a good start here. And after quickly looting all of the POI and finding a purple infantry rifle, which is, by the way, my absolutely #1 go-to weapon for this mode, and you'll see why soon. Main reason is I only want to be playing 2 weapons, 1 shotgun and the infantry rifle, simply because it's good at everything, especially long-range fights. And trust me, you'll see in this game why I rate it so highly. As we arrive at Pleasant Park, I see some people on top of this building here, quickly put some damage in, before sadly one of my teammates got knocked to my left, and my other teammate to my right shortly gets knocked after. The fight starts with us being 2 people down right away. I'm desperately trying to defend my knocked teammate here and end up getting a nice little knock on Spider-Man here. I resurrect Lance after placing a bunker on him for defense. That also gives me an insane angle over all that's happening over here. And if you've seen the last video, winning in Reload is all about playing positions. And this here is quite a power position right now. A guy is flying in to my right, going for the knocked guy, but I finish him before he can get into cover. And I got a great angle to deal with his teammate as well here. I put some insane damage on the guys on the roof here of this building by hitting 6 consecutive shots here. Peek again, hit him for 2 more shots and start healing up my teammate. Peek again, hit 3 more shots for 120 damage on this distance. And I know these guys are running out of resources. There is no other weapon with which on this distance I would damage people this well. Sniping is hard and none of the other ARs really stand up to the infantry rifle on this distance. One more guy is spawning in, I hit him for 72 damage. While I notice the zone is starting to hit Pleasant Park here. I know these guys will move. They do just that. Hit this guy twice only, sadly, before I get back in the bunker. I see the other guy moving, also hit him twice, before I come up with a great idea here. Let me show you this from above. So as you can see, I have no angle to actually shoot these guys. However, I do have 6 shockwave grenades. And you know what's really good about shockwave grenades? If you hit someone behind a bunker, you will actually destroy the bunker. But this shockwave is even better as I push this guy up to my high ground here. Putting this guy in the center of all my teammates, I quickly get to knock him. Meanwhile, my team pushed the rest after I did an insane amount of damage to everyone, and we finished the fight without ever risking our own lives here. And this all only happened because we played this bunker at the right position, we played the zone, and I really never gave up my insane position here. Don't get too cocky, don't get too desperate. If you have a power position like this, play it out. After looting, a guy flies into us, but he quickly regrets that as we get rid of him. I forced to move a bit as well, and I do some insane damage on this guy in the distance. Also hit the sniper guy for 107 damage as I tell my teammates to start pressuring this little tree here, because I know once the tree is gone, this guy is gonna be dead, but I get him anyways. I noticed this a couple times already. Destroying enemy cover even on distance is ultra useful in this mode where there's no crazy movement that doesn't come at a big cost, like for example shockwave grenades running out. And honestly, running away with shockwave grenades is not that great in general because there's just so many enemies on all sides that you don't really want to use them carelessly. So destroy enemy cover whenever you can. And after rotating deeper into the zone, I see footsteps on this next building and instantly place a bunker. My little tree there was not enough cover, so I built my own. I hear this guy shooting and see that he's looking to the left, so I use my chance to jump in, hit him with a nice little jump shot for 51 damage, and when I'm trying to push in, somehow another guy was exactly on top of me. I instantly moved down and shockwave myself out of the situation because I was completely out of control here, and you never ever want to take these fights. If you don't have an advantage, don't take a close range fight ever. period. The shielding back up. I use another shockwave to get back on the high ground. And now comes the most difficult situation of this match. I hear shots from this high ground right next to me and instantly see a player. Let's take a look at the situation as well. I have absolutely no good play to make here. I have a team to my right with only my bunker in front of it, but the enemies that are just approaching have a perfect angle on the backside of this bunker. Going for this bunker is no play at all. Going back on the low ground doesn't solve the situation in the slightest, because this will just allow the enemies to push closer to me, where I have even less options to play with. Plus the other team also has a stronger high ground on me again. So literally the only option I have left is to use the advantage that my enemies are currently looking at the position of this building where the main fight is happening, and that they don't really notice me yet. I have to destroy this team in order to stay alive. I hit the first guy with 2 shots before I reposition as I see more of this team pushing in. Hit 4 more shots in a row, which is enough to knock one of them. I don't really want to place a bunker here because the bunker doesn't really help me at all. In general, bunkers are not good for fighting people above you. Instead, I just use this little cover I have, peek the next guy and knock the second player here. Even if it looks crazy, the only play to be made here is to push this full team right now, because if I don't, they will res each other and we're gonna be in the same situation as we were before. So I go for the crazy play, I shockwave myself up, hit him with the shotgun, hit him with a follow-up and another one. However, I was forced back down as I was already too late and the first guy was already rezzed. I hit 2 more shots before I'm forced to use a bunker, and sadly the other guy got rezzed already too. I get knocked. However, I did so much damage to these guys that they had no time at all to replenish their health after getting resurrected. My team comes in clutch, I get rezzed, while my boy Ayush and Lance clean up the fight. We had some great team play here, but I really believe that my insane 1v4 push made this whole situation possible. Sometimes offense is the only defense, even if you lose your life in the process. Keep in mind, this is a squad game and you need your squad to stay alive more than anything else. Especially earlier in the game where there's still reboots. However, reboots were already disabled here. It doesn't change, however, that it's better for me to die than my whole team to die. Sometimes you gotta be selfless. And with this, we push up to the highest position on the map, which is always what you need to do in these end games. Get on the highest position, place a bunker. I start poking the enemies whenever I can here, place a bunker, and we are gonna play this bunker to the finish line. At least that's the plan. I tell my team to push this bunker down here, or rather shoot it, and we already also know the other team is to the left. Both are on the low ground with an impossible gap to close. And again, from here on out, I'm just shooting and shooting and shooting, and it's just so good to have a hit scan weapon on this distance that still does significant damage. These guys are desperately trying to move on each other, as they actually have to kill each other first before they can even approach us, because if they don't, they will get shot in the front and in the back at the same time, and these guys are simply doomed to lose this. Again, I put a crazy amount of damage on everyone. These guys are desperate for the last piece of cover, which is this bunker and these trees. However, after destroying this tree as well, the angle opens up again. I knock 1, I knock 2, quickly finish these guys, and we only have 1 player remaining. So I shock myself up, try to shockwave him out of the bush. He dodges. However, this means he has to jump into line of sight. Hit him with 1 shot, hit him with 2, another headshot, a shotgun jump shot as he shockwaves around the corner, and a follow-up shot after the next jump with his crash pad junior to finish the match. This was an absolutely crazy game. But what are the main points you take away from this? I read the comments, you guys wanted me to do like an actual summary again, so let's do that. Just as last time, the most important thing is that you play power positions. What I mean by power positions, try to play the highest high grounds in the current area of the map you're at, place a bunker, and damage your enemy until they run out of resources before you do any pushing. I guess this also means play bunkers. You really can't get a clear strategic win without it. Don't ever take open fights, and with that I mean don't do like a hammer AR versus hammer AR fight where you're bound to lose most of your HP, if not all of your HP. Instead, I really believe in this long-range poke style gameplay. It is simply the safest way to eliminate enemies without really risking your own life. Keep your team alive, even if it means dying. It's actually really hard to say when this is the exact right play to do, but sometimes if you don't really see any way out, distracting the enemy in order for your team to get a good position can mean the survival of your team. I really think this was the key play of this match when I pushed this full team that was getting us from the high ground before they could do significant damage to my team. I did get knocked in the process, but I really believe this saved the game. And then lastly again, but honestly most importantly, at the very end game, have the highest position if somehow possible. Place bunkers, destroy enemy bunkers. Okay, that was a lot again. Put a lot of effort into this one. If you want to see more of this is a full playlist. It's called How I Did It, and I'm gonna be uploading more and more of this because I got such good feedback, man. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.